Hello and welcome back to my channel. This video is another reading vlog, but honestly it's probably going to be less reading and more buying books because I have had a stressful time. Yesterday I spent the day with my beautiful best friend Rebecca from Rebecca Reads, and we went to our favourite bookshop, Barter Books in Alnwick. Although we did go the day after Storm Arwen hit, and unfortunately the bookshop had a bit of a power cut while we were there. But you know, that certainly didn't stop us, although it stopped us from going to the cafe, which we were really looking forward to. It didn't stop us from actually looking for books, and I found some absolute gems. I feel so sorry for Rebecca because what we do when we go to Barter Books is we have this sort of like informal agreement that if we see a book first, then it's that person's. Rebecca usually comes out top on this one, but I think, you know, it might be the power of my brand new glasses, but I spotted some gems. So Barter Books allows you to take your unwanted books, and when you get there you can hand your books over, and if they want to take them off your hands they'll give you store credit. I originally took 20 paperbacks, but I knew Rebecca had a book in her bag that I actually really wanted. It was on my Amazon wish list, so I swapped her one of my books in exchange for that book. So I handed over Barter Books 19 paperback books. So from 19 paperback books, they gave me £21 store credit. So for the books that I've purchased, I used my full £21 store credit, and I had left to pay £9.30. But honestly, when you see what I got for £30.30, you are going to be mind blown. I took so many books off my Amazon wish list after I left the store. So the first book is House of Salt and Sorrow. This is a retelling of 12 Dancing Princesses, but I'm not too sure what that means. Full of ghosts and guards and a fascinating waterfront world. I don't know too much about it, but when I saw this I was like, I've seen that so many times. And for £2.50, what a steal. I mean, I have to try it for that price, right? House of Salt and Sorrows is a spellbinding novel filled with magic and the rustle of gossamer skirts down long, dark hallways. Next is an absolute steal. This book is brand new, and this is £12 on Amazon, and I got this for the tiny price of £2.80, and that's A Trial of Sorcerers by Elise Corver. Isn't this such a bargain? This was on my Amazon wish list. I've wanted this for a long time. It's smaller than I thought it was going to be, but I just look at this cover. Look at this cover. What a bargain! So this is book one in a series set in the Air Awakens universe, but it's its own unique story. I've not actually read any Corver before. This would be my first book. I don't know whether I should hold out for reading Air Awakens though before reading this one. Please let me know your thoughts. 18-year-old water runner Eva Landon lives her life in the shadows, the shadow of her older brother, of her magic's whisper, and of the person she accidentally killed. She's the most unwanted apprentice in the Tower of Sorcerers until the day she decides to step out and compete for a spot in the Tournament of Five Kingdoms. Pitted against the best sorcerers in the kingdom, Eva fights to be one of the 4 champions. Excelling in the trial has its rewards. She's invited to the royal court with the Prince of the Tower, discovers her rare talent for forbidden magic, and at midnight Era meets a handsome elfin ambassador, but Era soon learns no reward is without risk. As she comes into the spotlight, so do the skeletons of a past she hasn't even realised is haunting her. Era went into the trials ready for a fight, ready to win. She wasn't ready for what it would cost her. No one expected the candidates might not make it without their lives. I think I said the name differently throughout because at the start it has like an E. It's like E-I-R-A. I have a cousin that spelled Era, spelled with an A, so I wasn't quite sure how that was pronounced. But a steal, a bargain. Oh my god, the best thing I've found in Barter Books. And I'm guessing the person who handed that over also handed over the next book as well, which is also in immaculate condition, and another steal for £2.80, and that's Daughter of the Pirate King. I know, isn't this the best day for a secondhand bookshop? The main character is Pirate Captain Alosa sounds more like a name. And she's set on a mission to retrieve an ancient map. She allows herself to be captured by enemies, giving her an opportunity to search their ship. And it seems like there may be some sort of hint at a romantic relationship between her and her captor. I've heard really good things about this one. I don't read a lot of pirate stories because I just find them very hard to find. So I'm excited to read this one. Both of these were on my Amazon wishlist, and I was going to get them in January with my Christmas money. I am thrilled. Next I got books which are in perfect condition, and they are 2 Christina Henry books, and these were £3.60 each. Obviously remember I'm using store credit as well, so really I've traded books that I don't want for these. I have read a Christina Henry novel before, but I can't remember which one it was. But Christina Henry is known for doing fairy tale retellings, which is something that I still enjoy. I've loved that for years. Obviously these are Alice in Wonderland. On the back it's continuously described as being dark and gritty, hugely creepy. I don't know too much about them. I probably wouldn't have picked these up like full price in a bookshop, but for using store credit, I'm very happy with them. And the 6th and final book that I got for £30.30, remember, is The Court of Miracles, but this is like, I think it's an Illumicrate edition. It's got sprayed edges. It's signed by the author. It's got a beautiful naked cover underneath, and it's in perfect condition. I don't think this has been read at all. It is a Les Mis retelling. A few of them that I've read haven't gone particularly well, but I'm holding out hope for this one. And also I'm just a book collector. I just like to have signed editions in my collection, if I'm honest. But can you believe I got like a book box special edition plus those for £30.30, or rather £9.30 plus 19 paperbacks that I didn't want. Like none of them paperbacks were like in new condition either. They were very used, some of them were secondhand, so I'm happy. And if you're curious, the book that I did trade Rebecca for, which she was getting rid of, is The Beautiful. This is the same author as The Wrath and the Dawn, and I love that book, so I did have this on my Amazon wishlist because I wanted to know more about it. I don't know too much about this other than it's set in 19th century New Orleans where vampires hide in plain sight. It's a well-loved series. I just thought the writing was really good in The Wrath and the Dawn. So yeah, that was a successful day. My little book haul. Although my bookshelves are absolutely brimmed right now, I've started like just stacking books on top of books because it's getting out of control. I feel like as many books that like I give to charity and I take to Barter Books, they just keep coming in, and obviously it's my Fairloot and Illumicrate subscriptions. I've given away about 50 books this year, and I just seem to have more than when I started. And I'm not going to cave and get a 4th bookcase to fill up because that's just like feeding this problem. Ideally I want to cut my book collection in half, but that requires reading, which is something I've not been doing a lot of this month. So it is the last weekend of November. It is Sunday, the 28th of November. It has been snowing, but it's actually blue skies right now, which is nice. I have Monday the 29th of November and Tuesday the 30th of November to try and get through as much of my November TBR as I can. I'm still reading The Wicked King. I've almost finished it though. I didn't realise, but quite a lot of this book is actually kind of like a bit of the sequel, so I don't have as much to read as I thought I did, but I still have another 4 books to read. My plan is to just try and get through as much as I can today. It is 1:45. I've filmed some videos today, but I've not filmed as many as I'd hope because I am just going to try and prioritise my reading at this point. I also feel like I need like a rest and a break. So say I've got like 8 hours of reading left today, I should get this finished, and I'm hoping to start Down Comes the Night, this one, because this is one I'd actually like to get through this month. 2.5 days, 2 days to read this. We'll see. I might need to look up some reading sprints. So surprise, surprise, I didn't manage to get the reading done yesterday that I was hoping to. I realised I had to edit my video and then just done nothing with the rest of the day and started reading again about 8 o'clock. I did manage to finish The Wicked King, and I really enjoyed it. 4 out of 5 stars. Not as good as the first one, but I still really enjoyed it. I obviously really enjoyed it if I stayed up so late to finish it. I think I finished it about 1:30 midnight. But then because I was on such a high about finishing like such a good book, I couldn't go to sleep, so then I picked up Down Comes the Night, which has a really nice pattern on it here, but I don't think you can see it. I'm hoping to get this finished by the end of the month, which is tomorrow. I've read 3 chapters so far and it's had a very promising start. I'm actually really enjoying it. So far what's happened is we've been introduced to the main character, Wren, who is working as a healer in the military, or sort of like in the Queen's Guard. And she is working under her lieutenant, who is called Una. Wren clearly has feelings for Una, but she does disregard an order, which is to not heal a prisoner who is in like the enemy army. But Wren really feels that her job as a healer is to heal everyone, so she secretly heals the enemy prisoner, it gets back to the Queen, and the Queen forces Ren out of the military. It's very well written for a debut novel as well. I'm excited to see where this goes. It is actually nearly 400 pages, so it could take me a little while. I finish work in 3 hours and that's what I'm going to be doing straight away. So it is Sunday the 5th of December now, and I realise I haven't actually given you an update about my health situation yet, and I'm sure some of you would want to know what happened when I went to the hospital. So the hospital wasn't as definitive as I was hoping that it was going to be. They still say they can't rule out that the issue that they're seeing is caused by pressure from the brain, but they'd done some scans and the scans showed them what they think is sort of like that my eye hasn't properly developed, and that might be the cause of the issues that they're seeing visually. And I asked them, you know, like, why wouldn't have this been picked up sooner? And they've said it could be advancements in the machines that the opticians are using where they've never seen that this has been deformed before. Or it could be that people's eyes continue to grow well into their 20s and maybe it's just sort of not become an issue for the optical nerve until now. But I'm actually really relieved by that news. It could have been a lot worse, and I'm just so pleased that I've had this investigated really quickly. I still can't stress enough how important it is to go for regular eye tests. I'm so mad that I haven't been going sooner. These are a new pair of glasses. I do have another pair, but I'm thinking about returning them. They're just too heavy on my face and keep sliding down. I hate wearing glasses, honestly. I actually despise wearing glasses. I feel so much more ugly wearing glasses. So you know that I'm like reading 3 books at one time. So that was A Court of Mist and Fury, and as of today, the 5th of December, I'm still no further forward. I'm still halfway in. Still really enjoying it though, but I'm trying to savour it. I'm halfway into Down Comes the Night, which is a book I'm still really loving where it's going. And I have actually just finished today The Keeper of Night. This was a good book. I rated this 4 stars, but I think it's kind of like, it's like a 3.75 to 4. The concept was amazing, but I had a little bit of a problem with the execution and the pacing. The ending was a little bit wacky, but I would recommend this if you're looking for stories where the main character is stuck between 2 worlds which don't accept her. So in this one, the main character is half English, half Japanese, and she's seen as an outsider in both of those places. And it reflects the author's own experience as well. So I would recommend this one. I'm pleased I read it. It was actually ended up being a quick read in the end. I think next I'm going to continue to plough through Down Comes the Night and get that one done, and then go back to Court of Mist and Fury. I'm just loving this book so much and I just want it to last forever. Also, a little tip, if you live in the UK, get it down to Lidl. I swear down. These things, Henry Hippo, are exactly like Percy Pigs from Marks and Spencer's. Like, this is going to be like a new Aldi M&S lawsuit, I swear. Like, he's a little bit rough around the edges. He's a little bit questionable. But this was a Percy Pig. And this one's vegan, and it's only £1 a packet. Like, I go to M&S Foods just to buy the Percy Pigs because they're vegetarian, and not a lot of jelly products are vegetarian. But now, these are it. And also, last Christmas, Lidl got a stock of these in, and I'd never had Ritter Sport before. I tried them and honestly, this is the nicest chocolate, and they never got them back in. And I went to Lidl just then for a loaf of bread. Spended £15 on chocolate and sweets, but never mind. And I saw that these had come back in, so I got 5 bars. Because I'm guessing that it's going to be similar to last year where they stopped getting them in January. This is divine. Before I go, I do just want to say a quick thank you, because my end of year subscriber goal for this year was 3,000, and today I just passed 3,500 subscribers. That's a lot of people. I'm extremely socially awkward. I have like Rebecca, who is my best friend who I see actually in real life, but other than that I have 2 university friends and we keep in touch over Messenger. My world socially is very small. I work from home, I don't have a big family, and I don't see my family. I spend a lot of my life in this room alone. That the same people come back and watch my content and watch what I have to say, it really amazes me all the time. I still can't believe it. This channel makes my world feel less small and less lonely. And I still can't believe what I'm achieving from the confines of my room with my super annoying reading hobby. I'm so grateful to all the friends that I've made through this channel and through my Twitter account, and I definitely would be in a different mental state had I not actually pursued this. So thank you. So that is it for the vlog this week, I think. I'm planning another trip to Barter Books because I'm now back up to 16 books to get rid of. They're mostly like my James Bond books. And my shelves are looking so much tidier since I've done that. But thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye guys!